Imagine a vast, sun-drenched savanna stretching as far as the eye can see. The golden grasslands shimmer under the intense African sun. This is the Serengeti, a place of breathtaking beauty and raw, untamed wilderness. But something extraordinary is about to unfold here, a spectacle of nature so grand, so awe-inspiring that it leaves even the most seasoned observers breathless. This is the Great Migration. Each year, over 1.5 million animals embark on an epic journey across this unforgiving landscape. Driven by instinct and survival, they move as one, a thundering tide of hooves and horns. Wildebeests, zebras, gazelles, a sea of life surging across the plains, following the promise of fresh grazing and water. It is a perilous odyssey, a test of endurance fraught with danger at every turn. The Great Migration is a story of life, death and rebirth, playing out on an epic scale against the backdrop of one of the most breathtaking landscapes on Earth. The Great Migration is a carefully orchestrated symphony of survival honed over millennia. At the heart of this symphony are the wildebeest, over 1.3 million strong, their hooves drumming a steady rhythm across the plains. Alongside them, adding their own harmonies, are hundreds of thousands of zebras, their stripes a stark contrast against the golden grasslands. Zebras are vital allies, their different grazing habits and sharper senses complementing the wildebeest. And then there are the gazelles, smaller and swifter, darting through the throngs of wildebeest and zebra, their graceful movements adding a touch of elegance. Together, these three species form the largest land migration on Earth, a spectacle that speaks to the interconnectedness of life on our planet. But this is not just a peaceful procession. Lurking in the shadows are some of the world's most formidable predators. Lions, cheetahs and hyenas, each with their own hunting strategies, add moments of high drama and intense danger. The migrating herds must be constantly alert, their senses honed for danger, for this journey is a constant battle for survival. At the heart of this grand spectacle, the very engine that drives the Great Migration, is the wildebeest. Over 1.3 million strong, these seemingly ungainly creatures are the true architects of this epic journey. Their ceaseless grazing, their constant movement shapes the landscape and dictates the rhythm of life on the Serengeti. With their distinctive humped shoulders, long flowing manes and curious horns, wildebeest possess a unique beauty and raw power. Their hooves, though seemingly clumsy, are perfectly adapted for covering vast distances. Wildebeest are driven by an ancient instinct to gather, forming vast herds that stretch as far as the eye can see. There's safety in numbers, a collective wisdom that guides their movements. The sight of 1 million wildebeest on the move is a testament to the raw power of nature. Their migration is a matter of life and death, a constant battle against the elements and predators. Yet through it all, the wildebeest endure. Their numbers a testament to their adaptability and vital role in the ecosystem. Alongside the wildebeest, their constant companions on this epic journey are the zebras. Hundreds of thousands strong, their distinctive black and white stripes stand out against the golden grasslands. Zebras possess a keen sense of direction, an innate ability to navigate by the stars and the subtle cues of the landscape. They remember the ancient migratory routes guiding the wildebeest across rivers and through treacherous terrain. Their sharper eyesight and acute hearing complement the wildebeest's senses, providing an early warning system against predators. Zebras are more selective grazers, preferring the taller, coarser grasses that the wildebeest often leave behind. This symbiotic relationship ensures enough food and grazing land for everyone. The zebra's presence also helps to break up the vast herds of wildebeest, making it more difficult for predators to isolate and target weaker individuals. Their stripes may also serve to confuse predators, disrupting their ability to single out individuals in the chaos of a hunt. Zebras are vital players in the Great Migration, ensuring the survival of their own kind and their wildebeest companions. The gazelle, a smaller, more graceful participant, adds its own unique melody to this symphony of survival. Thompson's gazelles and Grant's gazelles, each with their own distinctive markings and adaptations, join the migration, drawn by the same promise of sustenance and survival. Thompson's gazelles, the smaller of the two, are masters of speed and agility, capable of bursts up to 60 miles per hour. Grant's gazelles, slightly larger, boast impressive lyre-shaped horns that can grow up to 30 inches long. Both gazelle species are highly adapted to the challenges of the migration. Their slender bodies and long legs allow them to cover vast distances with minimal effort. They are opportunistic grazers, often feeding on the short, tender grasses that sprout up after the wildebeest and zebras have passed through an area. Their presence adds another layer of complexity to the ecological tapestry of the migration. Gazelles, despite their delicate appearance, are incredibly resilient creatures. Their ability to thrive in such a harsh environment and navigate the dangers of the migration is a testament to their adaptability and vital role in this grand ecological drama. The Great Migration is not just a story of wildebeest, zebras and gazelles. It's a complex tapestry of life, a vibrant ecosystem in motion, with each species playing a crucial role. Birds of prey like the African fish eagle and the martial eagle circle overhead, their shadows gliding across the moving carpet of hooves. Vultures, nature's clean-up crew, patiently wait their turn, their keen eyesight spotting the inevitable casualties of the migration from miles away. Even the smallest creatures play their part in this grand drama. Dung beetles, those industrious recyclers of the Savannah, follow the migrating herds, their antennae twitching as they detect the pungent aroma of fresh dung. They roll their precious balls of dung, each one a miniature ecosystem in itself, providing food and shelter for a host of insects and larvae. And beneath the surface of the earth, termites tirelessly work, their intricate mounds dotting the landscape like miniature castles. They play a crucial role in aerating the soil, enriching it with nutrients that will eventually sustain new plant growth. The Great Migration is a powerful reminder that no species exists in isolation, a testament to the interconnectedness of life on Earth. The Serengeti, for all its vastness and beauty, is a land of extremes. The life-giving rains, essential for the survival of every creature, follow a predictable yet fickle pattern. From December to April, the short rains transform the parched landscape into a verdant paradise. Grass grows tall and lush, providing abundant grazing for the vast herds of wildebeest, zebras and gazelles. Waterholes overflow, attracting a dazzling array of wildlife, from elephants and giraffes to lions and leopards. But as the sun climbs higher, the rains begin to dwindle. The once abundant waterholes shrink to muddy puddles, and the lush grasslands wither and turn brown. For the migrating herds, this change in season is a stark reminder that their time in the southern Serengeti is coming to an end. The instinct to survive tells them that it's time to move, to seek out fresh grazing and water. Around April or May, as the dry season tightens its grip, the herds begin to stir, signaling the start of this epic journey. The initial movements of the migration are like the stirring of a giant, the slow awakening of a sleeping giant. Small groups of wildebeest, scattered across the vast plains, begin to converge, drawn together by an invisible force. As the days turn into weeks, These small groups coalesce into larger and larger herds until the entire southern Serengeti seems to be in motion. The ground trembles under the weight of millions of hooves, the air thick with the dust kicked up by their relentless march. The sound is almost deafening, a cacophony of grunts, snorts, and the clatter of hooves against the parched earth. The sheer scale of the migration is hard to comprehend. Imagine a city bustling with life suddenly uprooting and moving, not in cars or on planes, but on foot. This is the reality of the migration, a continuous flow of animals stretching for miles. They move with a singular purpose, a shared destiny that binds them together. It is a symphony of movement, a mesmerizing dance of life and death played out on an epic scale. How do the migrating herds, numbering in the millions, know where to go? How do they navigate across such vast distances year after year without maps, compasses, or any of the tools that humans rely on? The answer lies in the power of instinct, an innate wisdom passed down through generations, a deep connection to the rhythms of nature that guides their every move. Scientists believe that wildebeest, zebras and gazelles possess an internal compass that allows them to orient themselves using the Earth's magnetic field. This magnetic sense, combined with their exceptional memory for landmarks and their ability to detect subtle changes in the environment, helps them to follow the ancient migratory routes. The herds also rely on their sense of smell, which is particularly acute in wildebeest. They can detect the scent of rain from miles away, a tantalizing promise of fresh grazing and life-giving water that draws them ever northward. The migrating animals are constantly communicating with each other, using a complex language of grunts, snorts, and body language. When a wildebeest senses danger, it will let out a warning snort, alerting the rest of the herd. If a zebra spots a potential source of water, it will signal to the others, and the herd will change direction accordingly. The migration is a testament to the power of collective intelligence, the wisdom of the crowd. No single animal has all the answers, but by working together, by sharing information and responding to each other's cues, the herds are able to navigate across vast distances, overcoming obstacles and dangers along the way. It is a remarkable example of how nature finds a way, how even in the harshest environments life endures and thrives. The journey from the southern Serengeti to the lush grasslands of the Maasai Mara is a formidable one, spanning over 3,000 kilometers of challenging terrain. It is a journey fraught with danger, a test of endurance that will push the migrating herds to their very limits. As the herds move north, they must cross rivers and streams, some little more than muddy trickles, others raging torrents swollen by recent rains. These river crossings are among the most perilous parts of the migration, a spectacle of both raw power and heartbreaking vulnerability. The animals, driven by instinct and the press of the herd behind them, plunge into the water, their hooves churning the water to a muddy froth. Some are swept away by the current, their bodies tossed like rag dolls against the rocks. Others are picked off by crocodiles, their jaws snapping shut with bone-crushing force, but still they come, wave after wave of animals, their determination to reach the promised land on the other side, outweighing the fear that grips their hearts. The land itself presents its own challenges. The migrating herds must traverse vast plains, baked hard by the sun, their hooves kicking up clouds of dust that choke the air. They must navigate rocky outcrops and treacherous ravines, their every step fraught with the risk of injury. And all the while, the relentless African sun beats down, sapping their energy and testing their resolve. The migrating animals are constantly on the move, grazing as they go, trying to replenish their energy reserves for the long journey ahead. They are driven by an insatiable hunger, a primal urge to survive that compels them forward, even when their bodies are weary and their spirits are low. The long road north is a testament to their resilience, their unwavering determination to reach their destination, no matter the cost. It is a journey that has been undertaken by countless generations before them, a journey that is woven into the very fabric of their being. The Great Migration is not just a test of endurance, it's a gauntlet of dangers, a relentless struggle against the raw forces of nature. As the migrating herds move across the vast savanna, they are constantly exposed to the elements, their bodies pushed to the limit by the harsh realities of life in the wild. The scorching African sun beats down mercilessly, baking the earth and turning waterholes into muddy puddles. The heat is a constant tormentor, sapping the animals' energy and driving them to seek shade wherever they can find it. Dehydration is an ever-present threat, particularly for young calves and weaker members of the herd. The migrating animals must drink deeply whenever they can, often jostling for position at overcrowded waterholes, their thirst a primal urge that overrides any social hierarchy. And then there are the sudden storms that sweep across the plains, bringing with them torrential rains that transform the landscape in an instant. Dry riverbeds become raging torrents, their muddy waters swirling with debris and carrying away any unfortunate creatures caught in their path. The migrating herds must be constantly on alert, their senses honed for danger, ready to react swiftly to the ever-changing conditions. Lightning illuminates the sky, followed by deafening claps of thunder that reverberate across the savanna, sending shivers of fear through even the bravest of hearts. The ground turns to mud, making it treacherous for the animals to move, their hooves slipping and sliding as they struggle to maintain their footing. These storms, though terrifying, are a vital part of the ecosystem, replenishing water sources and triggering new plant growth that will sustain the migrating herds in the weeks to come. But for the animals caught in their fury, they are a stark reminder of the raw power of nature, a force that can both sustain and destroy in equal measure. While the elements pose a constant threat, the migrating herds face an even greater danger, the predators that stalk their every move. Lions, with their tawny coats blending seamlessly with the golden grasslands, are the undisputed rulers of the savanna. Their deep roars, a sound that sends shivers down the spines of their prey, echo across the plains, a chilling reminder of their power. These majestic creatures are perfectly adapted for the hunt, their powerful legs capable of bursts of speed, their sharp claws and teeth designed to bring down even the largest of prey. They often hunt in coordinated groups, their movements a deadly ballet of stealth and precision as they stalk their prey, their tawny bodies melting into the shadows, their presence almost imperceptible until it's too late. Cheetahs, the sprinters of the savanna, rely on a different tactic. With their sleek, muscular bodies and incredible speed, they are capable of bursts of up to 70 miles per hour, making them the fastest land animals on Earth. They prefer to chase down their prey in a thrilling display of speed and agility, their spotted coats a blur of motion against the backdrop of the savanna. But their hunts are often short-lived, their slender bodies lacking the stamina for prolonged chases. Hyenas, often portrayed as cowardly scavengers, are formidable predators in their own right. They are highly intelligent and social animals living in complex clans ruled by a strict hierarchy. Their powerful jaws and bone-crushing teeth allow them to feast on carcasses that other predators leave behind, but they are also skilled hunters, often working together to bring down large prey. Their eerie whoops and cackles, a sound that chills the blood, often signal their approach, adding to the atmosphere of tension and fear that permeates the migration. For the migrating herds, the presence of these predators is a constant source of stress, a reminder that death lurks at every turn. They must be constantly on alert, their senses sharpened, their survival instincts honed by generations of experience. The predators that stalk the migrating herds are not the only threat to their survival. Hidden beneath the murky waters of rivers and watering holes, a silent reptilian menace awaits: the Nile crocodile. These ancient creatures, some reaching lengths of over 20 feet, are perfectly adapted for ambush, their camouflage allowing them to blend seamlessly with the muddy riverbeds. Their eyes and nostrils, positioned high on their heads, allow them to remain submerged while still keeping a watchful eye on their surroundings. They are patient hunters, content to wait for their prey to come to them, their powerful tails propelling them through the water with surprising speed when the moment is right. As the migrating herds converge on rivers and watering holes, driven by their desperate thirst, the crocodiles sense an opportunity. They lie in wait, their bodies submerged, their presence betrayed only by a slight ripple on the surface of the water. When the moment is right, they explode from the depths, their jaws snapping shut with bone-crushing force, dragging their unfortunate victims into the murky depths. The chaos and confusion of a river crossing provide the perfect cover for these stealthy predators. The churning water, the panicked cries of the animals, the sheer number of bodies pressed together, all these factors create a chaotic scene that masks the crocodile's movements. Even the strongest of the migrating animals are vulnerable to these ambush predators. A single misstep, a moment of hesitation, can mean the difference between life and death. The crocodile's presence adds another layer of danger to the already perilous journey, a stark reminder that even in the water there is no escape from the harsh realities of the food chain. For the migrating herds, every sip of water, every river crossing is a gamble, a test of their luck and their survival instincts. The predators that stalk the migrating herds are relentless in their pursuit, their hunger a driving force that knows no bounds. They are opportunistic hunters, capitalizing on any sign of weakness, any moment of vulnerability. Young calves separated from their mothers in the chaos of a river crossing or a stampede are particularly vulnerable, their unsteady legs and lack of experience making them easy targets. The predators often work in teams, their coordinated movements cutting off escape routes, their relentless pursuit wearing down their prey until they are too exhausted to resist. The savannah is a stage for a deadly game of cat and mouse, a primal dance between predator and prey that has been playing out for millennia. The migrating herds, for all their numbers, are not immune to the dangers that surround them. Every day, thousands of animals fall victim to predators, their bodies providing sustenance for the hunters and their young. Their deaths a stark reminder of the fragility of life in the wild. But the predator's role in the Great Migration goes beyond simply culling the weak and the sick. They play a vital role in maintaining the delicate balance of the ecosystem. By keeping the numbers of herbivores in check, they prevent overgrazing and ensure that there is enough food and resources to support the entire ecosystem. Their presence, though terrifying, is essential for the long-term health of the Serengeti and the Maasai Mara. The Great Migration is a brutal but necessary cycle of life and death, a constant reminder that survival is a privilege, not a right. The migrating herds, faced with such relentless predators and the harsh realities of the African savannah, employ a variety of survival strategies honed over millennia of evolution. Their primary defense is their sheer number. The vast herds stretching for miles across the plains create a sense of confusion for predators, making it difficult for them to single out individuals. The animals packed tightly together offer a smaller target area, and the constant movement of the herd makes it challenging for predators to maintain their focus. When threatened, the herds will often stampede, their hooves pounding the earth in unison, creating a deafening thunder that can be heard for miles. The sheer force of the stampede can be enough to deter even the most determined predator, as the risk of being trampled outweighs the potential reward of a kill. Individual animals, particularly the wildebeest, will often display defensive behavior when threatened, lowering their heads and snorting aggressively. Their powerful horns a formidable weapon against attackers. Zebras, with their powerful kicks and sharp hooves, are also capable of defending themselves, and their stripes, once thought to be mere camouflage, may also serve to confuse predators, disrupting their ability to judge distance and speed. Gazelles, with their incredible speed and agility, rely on their athleticism to outrun their pursuers, darting and weaving through the herd, making themselves difficult targets. The survival of the migrating herds is a testament to their adaptability, their ability to employ a range of strategies to outwit and outrun their enemies. It is a constant battle, a race against time, as they strive to stay one step ahead of the dangers that surround them. The Great Migration, for all its beauty and grandeur, is a stark reminder of the brutal realities of life in the wild. It is a story of survival, but it is also a story of loss, a testament to the fragility of life and the ever-present threat of death. For every animal that completes the epic journey, thousands more perish along the way. They succumb to exhaustion, starvation, disease, or the jaws of predators. Their bodies, scattered across the savannah, become part of the cycle of life and death, providing sustenance for scavengers and enriching the soil that will nourish new life. The death of an individual animal, though tragic, is an integral part of the larger ecosystem. It is a reminder that life on the savannah is a delicate balancing act, a constant struggle for resources and survival. The Great Migration, despite the loss of life that it entails, is ultimately a story of hope and resilience. It is a testament to the power of instinct, the enduring strength of the natural world, and the ability of life to persist even in the face of adversity. The migrating herds, driven by an ancient rhythm, will continue their epic journey year after year, their numbers ebbing and flowing, but their spirit unbroken. The Great Migration is a spectacle that humbles us, reminding us of our place in the grand scheme of things. It is a story that has been playing out for millennia, a story that will continue long after we are gone, a testament to the enduring power of nature. After weeks of relentless travel, enduring scorching sun, parched landscapes, and the constant threat of predators, the migrating herds finally reach their most formidable obstacle, the Mara River. The very air seems to crackle with anticipation as the wildebeest, zebras, and gazelles gather on the riverbank, their numbers swelling by the hour. The earth trembles under the weight of millions of hooves, the sound like distant thunder reverberating across the savannah. The Mara River, usually a tranquil ribbon of water meandering through the savannah, transforms into a raging torrent during the migration season, swollen by seasonal rains and the sheer volume of animals attempting to cross. Its muddy waters, churning and swirling with debris, carry a primal fear, a scent of danger that even the most seasoned migrators cannot ignore. The roar of the river, a deep guttural growl, echoes across the plains, a stark warning of the perils that await those brave enough to attempt a crossing. For the migrating herds, the Mara River represents the ultimate test of their resolve, a life-or-death gamble that will determine their fate. The instinct to reach the lush grazing grounds of the Maasai Mara, imprinted in their very DNA, battles against the primal fear of the unknown, the terrifying prospect of facing the river's wrath. The tension on the riverbank is palpable, a mixture of anticipation, anxiety, and raw fear. The air crackles with a nervous energy as the animals mill about, their movements agitated, their calls a symphony of grunts, snorts, and bleating, each sound a testament to the internal struggle raging within them. The stage is set for a dramatic spectacle, a raw display of nature's power and the incredible resilience of the creatures that dare to challenge it. The decision to cross the Mara River is not a conscious one, a calculated risk based on logic or reason. It is a primal instinct that takes over, a collective surge of energy that ripples through the herd, propelling them forward towards the water's edge. Perhaps it is the scent of fresh grass carried on the breeze from the opposite bank, a tantalizing promise of sustenance after weeks of hardship. Or maybe it is the unbearable pressure of the herd behind them, a relentless force that pushes them forward, leaving them with no choice but to follow the masses. Whatever the trigger, the first wildebeest takes the plunge, its powerful body hitting the water with a resounding splash. For a moment it hesitates, its head held high, its nostrils flared as it tests the current, its instincts battling against the unfamiliar sensation of the water swirling around its legs. Then, with a grunt of determination, it pushes forward, its powerful legs churning the water to a muddy froth as it battles against the current. This initial plunge acts as a catalyst, a signal to the rest of the herd that the time has come. Like a dam breaking, the riverbank erupts in a frenzy of movement as thousands upon thousands of wildebeest, zebras and gazelles surge forward, their hooves pounding the earth in unison, their collective weight shaking the very ground beneath their feet. The air fills with a deafening cacophony of sound, the thunder of hooves, the splashing of water, the frantic calls of the animals as they jostle for position, each one desperate to reach the other side. There is no turning back now, no time for hesitation or second thoughts. The herd has made its decision, and the river, indifferent to their plight, awaits their arrival. It is a scene of both exhilarating beauty and terrifying chaos, a testament to the raw power of nature and the primal instincts that drive these animals forward, even in the face of such overwhelming danger. As the first wave of animals hits the water, the relative order of the riverbank dissolves into a maelstrom of churning bodies and swirling currents. The Mara River, transformed from a tranquil waterway into a raging torrent, becomes a chaotic battleground where survival is a matter of luck, as much as strength. The wildebeest, despite their bulk and power, are ill-suited for swimming, their heavy bodies and relatively short legs making them vulnerable to the river's whims. They are swept downstream by the current, their hooves struggling to find purchase on the slippery riverbed. Some are fortunate enough to find shallows, their heads bobbing above the water as they struggle to regain their footing and scramble towards the opposite bank. Others, less fortunate, are swept into deeper water, their desperate cries swallowed by the roar of the river as they are carried downstream, their fate uncertain. Zebras, with their greater agility and stronger swimming abilities, fare slightly better, their stripes creating a dizzying pattern as they navigate the treacherous currents. But even they are not immune to the river's power, their hooves slipping on the treacherous rocks, their bodies tossed about like driftwood in the relentless flow. Gazelles, the smallest and swiftest of the migrators, often find themselves caught in the crush of larger animals, their slender bodies battered and bruised as they struggle to stay afloat. Their speed, their greatest asset on land, is of little use in this watery chaos. Amidst this desperate struggle for survival, a new danger emerges from the depths. The Nile crocodiles, their reptilian forms perfectly camouflaged against the muddy riverbed, have been waiting for this moment, their senses heightened by the vibrations of thousands of hooves pounding the earth, the scent of fear carried on the wind. They are drawn to the commotion like sharks to a feeding frenzy, their cold, calculating eyes scanning the churning water for any sign of weakness, any opportunity to strike. The crossing of the Mara River is a sensory overload, a cacophony of sound and a kaleidoscope of motion that both terrifies and awes in equal measure. The air is thick with the smell of wet fur, the taste of mud, and the ever-present tang of fear. The roar of the river, a deep guttural growl, is amplified by the echoing cries of the animals, a symphony of terror and triumph that reverberates across the savannah. The desperate bleating of a young wildebeest calf separated from its mother in the chaos cuts through the din, a heart-wrenching sound that speaks of vulnerability and the raw instinct to survive. The frantic whinny of a zebra mare searching for her foal amidst the churning bodies speaks of maternal love and the fierce determination to protect one's own, even in the face of overwhelming odds. And then there are the sounds of the predators, a chilling counterpoint to the symphony of survival. The sharp hiss of a crocodile's breath as it explodes from the water, its jaws snapping shut with bone-crushing force, sends shivers down the spine, a stark reminder of the ever-present danger that lurks beneath the surface. The guttural growls of lions and hyenas, their voices amplified by the acoustics of the riverbank, speak of their anticipation, their eagerness to capitalize on the chaos and snatch an easy meal from the jaws of the river. But amidst this chaos there are also moments of incredible bravery and heartwarming resilience. A wildebeest cow, her calf safely by her side, uses her powerful body to shield her young from the crush of the herd, her maternal instincts overriding her own fear. A zebra stallion, his stripes a beacon in the churning water, fights his way against the current, guiding his small harem towards the safety of the opposite bank, his leadership and strength giving them hope. The crossing of the Mara River is a brutal but awe-inspiring spectacle, a testament to the raw power of nature and the enduring strength of the creatures that call this land home. It is a reminder that life, even in its most challenging moments, is a precious and beautiful gift. As the initial wave of the crossing subsides, the true cost of this desperate gamble for survival becomes tragically apparent. The once tranquil waters of the Mara River now run red with the blood of the fallen, a grim testament to the unforgiving nature of this annual migration. The air, thick with the stench of death, hangs heavy over the riverbank, a stark contrast to the sweet smell of fresh grass that lured the herds across the river in the first place. The bodies of wildebeests, zebras and gazelles, some broken and battered, others seemingly peaceful in their final repose, litter the riverbed, forming a macabre bridge across the water. Crocodiles, their bellies distended from their gruesome feast, bask in the shallows, their cold reptilian eyes seemingly indifferent to the carnage they have wrought. Vultures, those ever-present symbols of death on the savannah, circle overhead, their shrill cries a mournful lament for the fallen. They descend in droves, their numbers growing by the minute as they pick at the carcasses, their beaks tearing through flesh and bone with clinical precision. Hyenas, drawn by the scent of blood, emerge from the surrounding woodlands, their eerie whoops and cackles adding to the macabre symphony of death that hangs over the riverbank. The survivors, their coats still dripping with water, their bodies trembling with exhaustion and the lingering fear, gather on the opposite bank, their numbers depleted but their spirits unbroken. They have faced the Mara River's wrath and emerged, against all odds, on the other side. The memory of the crossing, the sights and smells of death, will remain with them, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the constant struggle for survival that defines their existence. But for now there is a sense of relief, a palpable easing of tension as they graze on the lush grasslands of the Maasai Mara, their ordeal seemingly forgotten as they replenish their strength for the journey ahead. The Mara River, its waters slowly returning to their normal flow, remains a silent witness to the sacrifices made, the price paid for the continuation of an ancient cycle. For the weary travellers who have survived the treacherous crossing of the Mara River, the lush plains of the Maasai Mara beckon like a verdant paradise. The landscape, a stark contrast to the parched savanna they left behind, stretches out before them, a vast expanse of rolling hills, emerald grasslands and acacia woodlands, all bathed in the warm glow of the African sun. Here, in this land of plenty, the migrating herds find sanctuary, a respite from the dangers and hardships that have plagued their journey. The air, no longer thick with the dust of 1,000 hooves, carries the sweet scent of wildflowers and damp earth, a welcome change from the arid air of the Serengeti. Water, so scarce just days before, flows freely here, forming clear streams and sparkling water holes that quench the thirst of the weary travellers. The animals, their bodies bearing the scars of their ordeal, their spirits tempered by the challenges they have overcome, seem to sense the change in their surroundings, their movements losing their frantic edge, their calls softening into contented grunts and bleats. They have reached their destination, the promised land that has sustained their ancestors for millennia, a place where they can rest, recover, and replenish their strength for the journey back south. The Maasai Mara, named for the Maasai people who have lived in harmony with this land for centuries, is a place of breathtaking beauty, a testament to the resilience of nature and the delicate balance that sustains life in this corner of Africa. It is a land where the drama of the Great Migration reaches its crescendo, a place where life and death dance together in a delicate and awe-inspiring ballet. For the migrating herds, their arrival in the Maasai Mara marks not an end but a beginning, a time for renewal, a chance to start anew in this land of plenty. They have faced their fears, overcome incredible odds, and emerged battered but unbroken on the other side. Now it is time to heal, to rebuild, and to ensure the survival of their species for generations to come. The Maasai Mara, a land of rolling grasslands, acacia woodlands and winding rivers, offers a veritable feast for the migrating herds. The rains, arriving in abundance during the months of April and May, transform the landscape into a lush paradise, a stark contrast to the parched savanna they left behind. Fresh green shoots emerge from the earth, providing a rich source of nutrients for the weary grazers, their bodies craving the sustenance needed to replenish their energy reserves after weeks of hardship. The wildebeest, their massive herds spreading out across the plains like a living carpet, graze with a fervour that speaks of their hunger and their relief at finding such abundance. Their powerful jaws work tirelessly, their teeth tearing through the succulent grass, their bodies absorbing the vital nutrients that will sustain them in the months to come. Zebras, their distinctive black and white stripes creating a mesmerizing pattern against the emerald-green backdrop, graze alongside their wildebeest companions, their different digestive systems allowing them to utilize the coarser grasses that the wildebeest leave behind. Their presence adds another layer of biodiversity to this thriving ecosystem, their constant vigilance providing an extra layer of protection against lurking predators. Gazelles, their graceful forms, a stark contrast to the bulkier wildebeest and zebras, dart between the larger animals, their delicate mouths nibbling at the tender shoots and wildflowers that dot the landscape. Their speed and agility, so crucial for evading predators during the migration, now serve them well as they navigate the crowded grazing grounds, their presence adding a touch of elegance to this scene of abundance. The Maasai Mara, during these months of plenty, is a testament to the life-giving power of nature, a haven of sustenance and rejuvenation for the millions of animals that have endured so much to reach its borders. It is a reminder that even in the harshest of environments, life finds a way to thrive, a beacon of hope and resilience in a world often defined by scarcity and struggle. The abundance of food and water in the Maasai Mara triggers a surge of new life, a celebration of survival and renewal that transforms the plains into a vibrant nursery. The air, once filled with the sounds of hooves pounding the earth, now echoes with the soft bleating of newborn calves, their tiny hooves finding their footing on the springy grasslands, their wide eyes taking in the world for the first time. Wildebeest calves, their coats a soft reddish-brown, stumble after their mothers, their long legs still wobbly, but their instincts already urging them to keep up with the herd. The bonds between mother and calf are strong, a lifeline of protection and nourishment in a world teeming with danger. Zebra foals, their stripes still a soft brown and white, prance and play alongside their mothers, their energy a testament to the rich milk that sustains them. Their playful antics bring a touch of light-heartedness to the savannah, a reminder that even amidst the harsh realities of life and death, there is always room for joy and wonder. Gazelle fawns, their spots providing perfect camouflage amidst the tall grasses, lie hidden while their mothers graze nearby, their keen senses alert for any sign of danger. Their survival depends on their ability to remain unseen, their small bodies a testament to the delicate balance between vulnerability and resilience that defines life on the savannah. The arrival of these newborns transforms the dynamics of the migrating herds, injecting a new energy, a sense of urgency and hope into their daily routines. The older animals, their bodies bearing the scars of countless migrations, seem to draw strength from the presence of the young, their movements imbued with a renewed purpose, their calls tinged with a protectiveness that speaks of the continuity of life. The Maasai Mara during these months of new beginnings is a testament to the enduring power of the natural world, a reminder that even amidst the challenges and hardships, life finds a way to persist, to adapt and to thrive. The migrating herds, their numbers replenished by the arrival of the newborns, their bodies rejuvenated by the abundance of the Maasai Mara, will not remain in this paradise forever. As the seasons turn once more and the rains that brought life to the savannah begin to dwindle, the ancient rhythm of the migration will stir within them, urging them to move on, to follow the age-old paths that lead them back to the Serengeti. The lush grasslands, now showing signs of wear from months of intensive grazing, will gradually give way to the golden hues of the dry season, signaling that the time has come for the herds to move on, to seek out fresh grazing lands and replenish the water sources that sustain them. The cycle of life and death, of feast and famine that defines the Great Migration will continue, driven by the immutable forces of nature, an eternal dance between survival and renewal. The newborns, their bodies now strong and their instincts honed, will follow their mothers, their hooves tracing the same paths as countless generations before them, their destinies intertwined with the ancient rhythms of this land. They will face dangers and challenges along the way, but they will also experience the thrill of the open plains, the camaraderie of the herd, and the sheer awe-inspiring beauty of the African savannah. The Great Migration is a testament to the enduring power of nature, a reminder that even in a world increasingly shaped by human activity, there are still places where the wild things roam free, where ancient instincts guide their every move, and where the cycle of life and death continues, unyielding and eternal. And so the circle continues, a testament to the resilience of life, the enduring beauty of the natural world, and the profound connection that binds all living creatures together. The Great Migration, a spectacle of nature that unfolds across the vast plains of East Africa, is not merely a journey from point A to point B. It's a continuous cycle, an intricate dance choreographed by the rhythms of nature, a testament to the enduring power of instinct and the delicate balance of life and death in the wild. As the migrating herds graze contentedly on the lush grasslands of the Maasai Mara, their bodies replenished after the perilous river crossings and the long trek north, The seeds of the next migration are already being sown. The rains, having breathed life into the parched earth, begin their slow retreat, and the once abundant waterholes gradually shrink, their muddy edges a reminder of the life-giving waters that sustained the herds during their time of plenty. The grasslands, once a vibrant emerald green, slowly fade to a golden hue, a subtle but unmistakable sign that the seasons are shifting, the wheel of time turning once more. Deep within the migrating animals, an ancient instinct stirs, a primal urge passed down through countless generations, whispered on the wind, carried in the scent of rain, encoded in the very fabric of their being. The urge to move, to follow the ancient paths etched into the earth and the memories of their ancestors, to seek out fresh grazing lands and life-giving waters begins to take root, a silent call that will soon grow into an irresistible force. The cycle of the Great Migration is not merely about the physical journey. It is about the continuation of life itself, the relentless drive to survive and reproduce, to ensure that the next generation inherits the ancient wisdom and the unwavering spirit of their ancestors. It is a dance that has been performed for millennia, a testament to the enduring power of nature and the delicate balance of life on Earth. The Great Migration is a symphony of movement, a timeless rhythm played out on an epic scale, a testament to the intricate connections that bind all living creatures to the land and to each other. The migrating herds, in their relentless pursuit of sustenance and survival, shape the very landscape they inhabit. Their grazing habits, their hooves churning the soil, their dung fertilizing the earth, create a constantly shifting mosaic of habitats, each one supporting a unique array of plants and animals. The grasses grazed short by the wildebeest provide ideal conditions for the seeds of other plants to germinate, creating a patchwork of diverse vegetation that supports a wider range of herbivores. The dung beetles, those industrious recyclers of the Savannah, follow the migrating herds, their tunnels aerating the soil, their larvae providing food for birds and other small animals. The predators, drawn to the abundance of prey, play their part in this intricate web of life, their kills providing food for scavengers and their presence keeping the populations of herbivores in check, preventing overgrazing and ensuring the long-term health of the ecosystem. The Great Migration is a reminder that no species exists in isolation. It is a testament to the interconnectedness of all living things, a delicate dance between predator and prey, grazer and grassland, scavenger, and the cycle of life and death. This intricate web of life, woven over millennia, is a testament to the power of evolution, the ability of nature to adapt and thrive in even the harshest of environments. The migrating herds, in their seemingly chaotic movements, are not merely following a set of predetermined paths. They are responding to the subtle cues of their environment, the availability of food and water, the presence of predators, the changing seasons, constantly adapting their movements to ensure their survival. It is a dance that has been perfected over countless generations, a testament to the wisdom of nature and the enduring power of instinct. The Great Migration, a spectacle that has captivated and inspired humans for centuries, is more than just an awe-inspiring display of nature's power. It is a vital reminder of our own place in the world, our dependence on the delicate balance of the natural world, and the importance of preserving this irreplaceable legacy for future generations. In a world increasingly dominated by human activity, where wild spaces are shrinking and the rhythms of nature are often drowned out by the noise of our own making, the Great Migration stands as a beacon of hope, a testament to the enduring power of the wild. It reminds us that there are still places on Earth where the wild things roam free, where ancient instincts guide their every move, and where the cycle of life and death continues, unyielding and eternal. But the future of the Great Migration, like that of so many other natural wonders, is not guaranteed. The pressures of a growing human population, the expansion of agriculture and infrastructure, and the ever-present threat of climate change cast a long shadow over the savannas of East Africa. The migration corridors, those ancient paths that have guided the herds for millennia, are being squeezed by fences and roads, disrupting the natural flow of the migration and making the animals more vulnerable to predators and other dangers. The changing climate, bringing with it more frequent and severe droughts, threatens the delicate balance of the ecosystem, putting additional stress on the migrating herds and the predators that depend on them. The Great Migration, despite its scale and grandeur, is a fragile thing, dependent on a complex web of factors that are increasingly threatened by human activity. It is a reminder that we are not separate from nature, but part of it, and that our actions have consequences for the natural world and for the future of our planet. Preserving this incredible spectacle for future generations will require a concerted effort from all stakeholders, governments, conservationists, local communities and tourists alike. It will require a commitment to sustainable land management practices, the protection of wildlife corridors, and a recognition that the fate of the Great Migration is inextricably linked to our own. As the sun dips below the horizon, painting the vast African sky in hues of orange, purple and gold, the migrating herds settle for the night, their silhouettes etched against the fading light. The silence of the savannah, broken only by the chirping of crickets and the distant howl of a lone hyena, stands in stark contrast to the cacophony of the day, the thunder of hooves, the frantic calls, the ever-present reminder of the struggle for survival that defines life on the move. And yet there is a sense of peace that settles over the land, a feeling of completeness, of a cycle unbroken, a testament to the enduring power of life itself. The Great Migration, a journey of epic proportions, a spectacle of nature that has captivated and inspired humans for centuries, is more than just a movement of animals across a vast landscape. It is a testament to the raw beauty and brutal reality of the natural world, a reminder of the delicate balance that sustains all life on Earth. It is a story of survival against all odds, of instinct and adaptation, of the timeless rhythm of life and death that plays out on the savannah year after year, generation after generation. The migrating herds, in their relentless pursuit of sustenance and survival, embody the very essence of life itself, the drive to persist, to overcome obstacles, to adapt to ever-changing conditions, to ensure the continuation of their species. They remind us that life is not a passive process, but an active struggle, a constant dance between opportunity and adversity, a testament to the power of nature to endure and thrive even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. The Great Migration is a spectacle that humbles us, reminding us of our own place in the grand scheme of things, our connection to the natural world, and the importance of preserving this irreplaceable legacy for future generations. The Great Migration, for all its raw beauty and primal intensity, offers profound lessons for humanity if we are willing to listen. In the unwavering instinct of the migrating herds, their determination to overcome obstacles and their unwavering commitment to the survival of their species, we see reflections of our own capacity for resilience, adaptability and collective action. Just as the wildebeest, zebras and gazelles face the challenges of their journey with courage and determination, so too must we confront the complex issues facing our own world. Climate change, social injustice, economic inequality with a similar spirit of collaboration and unwavering resolve. The delicate balance of the savanna ecosystem, the intricate web of life that connects predator and prey, grazer and grassland, reminds us that we are not separate from nature, but an integral part of it. Our actions, our choices have consequences for the natural world. And we have a responsibility to tread lightly on this earth, to live in harmony with nature rather than seeking to dominate it. The Great Migration, with its cyclical rhythms of abundance and scarcity, life and death, teaches us that true sustainability lies not in endless growth and consumption, but in finding a balance with the natural world, in recognizing that our own well-being is inextricably linked to the health of the planet. The migrating herds, in their constant movement, their adaptability to ever-changing conditions, remind us that change is inevitable, and that our ability to adapt and innovate will determine our own long-term survival. Just as the wildebeest have followed the ancient migratory paths for millennia, adapting their movements to the changing seasons and the availability of resources, so too must we be willing to embrace new ideas, to challenge old paradigms, and to find new ways of living that are both sustainable and just. The Great Migration, in its grandeur and its fragility, is a powerful reminder of the interconnectedness of all living things, a call to action to protect the natural world that sustains us all. As we stand on the edge of the savannah, witnessing the awe-inspiring spectacle of the Great Migration, we are reminded that we are not merely observers of this ancient drama, but participants in a much larger story, the story of life on Earth. The migrating herds, in their relentless pursuit of survival, are a testament to the enduring power of the natural world, a force that has shaped our planet for millennia and continues to sustain us all. The fate of the Great Migration, like that of all species on Earth, is now inextricably linked to our own. The choices we make, the actions we take, will determine whether this incredible spectacle continues to grace the savannas of East Africa for generations to come, or whether it fades into memory, a poignant reminder of what we have lost. We have a responsibility to be good stewards of this planet, to protect the wild places that still remain, to ensure that the rhythms of nature continue to beat strong for generations to come. The Great Migration, in its raw beauty and brutal honesty, reminds us that we are not above nature, but a part of it, subject to the same forces, dependent on the same delicate balance. It is a call to humility, a reminder that our own survival depends on our ability to live in harmony with the natural world, to respect its limits, and to cherish its gifts. The savannah, bathed in the golden light of a new dawn, stretches out before us, a symbol of hope and resilience, a testament to the enduring power of life. The Great Migration, a timeless dance of survival and renewal, continues, a beacon of hope in a world often defined by uncertainty. The question is, will we heed its lessons and chart a course towards a future where both humanity and nature can thrive? The answer, as always, lies within us all.